everyone. A very warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. My name is Tom Poland, joined today by Keith Perhac. Keith, g'day, and where are you hanging out?
I'm out here in cloudy, sunny Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. Sounds like
Yeah,
a beautiful part of the world up there in Portland.
it's gorgeous.
And you got some snow recently, is that right?
If you can call it that, yeah. We had about, I think, a half an inch. The entire city shut down. There were winter advisory warnings. The mayor was like, don't go out. It was,
Half an
they
inch
don't
of
know how to
snow.
deal with snow here.
Not,
Yeah.
not exactly Chicago, but never mind. Um,
No.
it's a bit like when it rains here, everyone drives really slowly. And
Yeah,
you
we
go,
got the rain down pat.
uh,
It's the sun that, when it's sunny, people drive like maniacs because they're looking at the beautiful skyline.
yeah, interesting. All right. So on to things marketing. For those of you who don't know Keith, he is a digital marketer. Now, his specialty is that he's focused on helping people improve conversion rates of their funnels by understanding what the heck is going on, more specifically, understanding and nurturing the leads. So all that money that we're probably all leaving on the table right now, that's going to be the subject of this interview, how to take it off the table. So Keith built an amazing little, what do you call it, platform,
Tool?
website, or tool?
Tool?
Okay, a
Platform?
tool.
Yeah.
It's called SegMetrics. So the cunningness of SegMetrics, well, there's several key features to it, but one of the cunningness is that it can look inside various platforms and draw what might be disparate data together into one cohesive and understandable report, which shows you exactly where you are leaving money on the table. So that brings us to the title of the interview. The subject is how to stop leaving money on the table with your funnels. And we're going to do that in just 7 minutes. Keith, our 7 minutes starts now. Question number one is, who is your ideal client?
So I work mainly with info product marketers, although anyone who's selling digital products online and is funneling people into that marketing funnel is a great person for me to work with. For SegMetrics, we built a tool for those people, so for agencies, for consultants who are helping info product digital marketers improve their marketing funnels.
Thank you. Question number two, 6.5 minutes left. So how would you define the problem that you solve for those folk?
So the biggest problem is that most people do not understand what the experience of a customer going through their marketing funnels is. They see people coming through Facebook, people come in through social, people come in through something, they opt in for something, they go to a webinar, they don't go to a webinar, they talk, they ask for a reply, they download a PDF. But how much are each of those touch points worth? Is it
Hmm.
more important for someone to attend the webinar or to attend the replay? Is it more important for them to respond to an email? And then once you find out what are the most valuable things that someone on your list can do, how do you get more people to do it? It's all about segmentation and understanding what your leads are experiencing as they go through your marketing funnel.
So a colleague of mine talks about spray and pray, David Newman,
Mhm.
who do it marketing, spray and pray. So that's kind of another way of saying that's the problem you solved is you quit spray and pray.
Exactly. And you can still spray and pray. I mean, you spray and pray, and then you figure out, okay, these people came in from here, and this is what they're able to do now, right?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people, okay, Yahoo, tons of people from a Yahoo News article came in. Are they worth anything? Who knows, right? And now you have the tools, you have the ability to be able to say, these people are worth X dollars and to the penny.
Okay. So that's the problem you solve is you stop people leaving money on the table with that stuff. So question number three, just under 5 minutes left. What would you say is happening in the business or the life of your ideal client before they get to you? So what are the symptoms, in other words, of them actually needing your service, having this problem and needing your service?
Most people, the crazy thing is most people don't know that they have a problem. Their
Huh.
business has been going fine. They're like, oh, I'm making money. They don't know that there's money on the table. You and I talked, I think, last time about the number one thing that happens when I start with a new client is I'll do a deep dive into their funnel. I'll see where people are coming in, and I'll tell people, hey, did you know that people who opt in for this never go into your main funnel? Did you know that you have a bug here in your code or in your funnel that is stopping anyone from seeing your sales funnel? And up until that point, people are like, oh, my sales are just bad, or I just am not hitting the right market. But the truth is they don't even know that they have a problem because they're not measuring it.
It sounds like they haven't looked behind the curtain, so to speak.
It's difficult. It's so hard to get that information and know. All you know is that people aren't making it to the end. You don't know where they're stopping unless you're measuring, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a webinar that's broken for half the people. You don't know that, but you're just seeing everyone who goes to this webinar falls out. So being able to understand that people aren't seeing the webinar is a huge boon.
And I think for anyone who hasn't done online marketing and doesn't have a CRM and links and emails and all sorts of things, it probably looks from the outside like it's a pretty simple thing, but once you get involved with it, there's actually a heck of a lot of complexity to it.
There
is.
So
question number 4, we've got this person who may not know they've got a problem, but has a sense that something's not quite right, or they haven't maximized the opportunity maybe, wondering if there's some leaks somewhere, if there's more upside. So they try stuff. 3 minutes left. Question number 4 is, what are some of the things that they commonly try that actually don't work? Common mistakes.
Well, the one is the spray and pray, right? They just try more places to get people to come in, and that just adds to the complexity. The other thing they do is they start tagging and they start putting segmentation in place without first asking the question that they want answered, right? So they just say, okay, everyone who comes in, whatever they opted in for, I'm giving them a tag. I'm giving them a tag if they came from Facebook, if they came from an ad, social, et cetera, everything gets a tag. And at the end, you have 800 tags, but you haven't answered any questions because you didn't start with a question of what is the most valuable part of this funnel, right? And picking 1 to 2 things and focusing in. If you spray all your tags out, if you spray and pray that way too, you're never going to find anything.
So
that's why they call them. I was going to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why they call them KPIs, key performance indicators. It's not all indicators.
Right.
You find out the 3 to 5 and you look for that.
Otherwise, you end up with 80 KPIs and you have no idea what they
do,
why you tagged, why you segmented, why you're reporting these particular KPIs. Thank you. 1 minute, 45 seconds left. Question number 5. What's one valuable free action that a listener could take that'll take them one step closer to not leaving so much money on the table?
Go to the whiteboard, draw out your funnel. Don't do it on the computer. Draw it out. Boxes. Once they get this email, they go to this page. They get this email, they go to this page. They go to this email, they do this action, they go to this email. Draw it all out. And then opt in yourself and follow yourself through the whole flow and make sure it all works. That is the number one thing that I see people fail with, is that their funnel just doesn't work because they've never gone through it.
And folks, even if your funnel is as simple as getting someone to register for a webinar, do it yourself. Eat your own dog food, for goodness sakes. And make sure it's tasty and nutritious. All right, 1 minute left, 2 questions left. Question number 6 is, can you give us one valuable free resource that we can direct people to that's going to help them a bit more?
Yes, I'm going to give you a link to segmetrics.io/loves/leadsology, and that is my free tagging guide. So I go over the number 1 things you need to look at in your campaigns that you want to put a tag, and how to measure, and how to just understand how people go through your funnels with tags.
Super.
And that works for all CRMs.
All right, so segmetrics.io/loves plural /leadsology for those of you listening to the podcast. For those who listen to the video, it's underneath. 20 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you that didn't? And the answer, please.
That's a tough one. I think you answered all of them. The main thing is you have to I say that marketing is applied psychology. You have to understand that people are going through your list, and you need to understand what motivates them to buy.
Perfect. Keith, thanks so much.
Thank you much.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.